story all about how Charlotte's life got changed, flipped upside down. So I'd like to take a minute, just sit right there, as the story about Charlotte I will share. In a small little house Charlotte lived. She was cute, she was nice, a real good kid. Her family was struggling, they were downright poor, while Charlotte and her parents even slept on the floor. Her parents did their best and they loved her so, but her very best friend was her Grandpa Joe. Now that I have your attention, I will end my rhyme and get on with our story before we run out of time. Meet Charlotte Bucket. She is 10 years old. She lives in a small town, on a small street, in a small 2-room house with her mom, her dad, and her 4 grandparents. The family was so poor that her 4 grandparents shared one bed. The family had very little to eat, but they had lots of love, so Charlotte was very happy. Charlotte especially loved her Grandpa Joe. They would sit and talk for hours. Charlotte also loved chocolate, but because her family was poor, she only got to have it once a year on her birthday. And as if someone was trying to play a cruel joke on her, in Charlotte's town, right around the corner from her house, was a chocolate factory. Not just any chocolate factory, but the biggest, most scrumptious chocolate factory in the world. It was Willy Wonka's chocolate factory, the most exciting and mysterious place ever to exist. Every day on her way home from school, Charlotte would stop in front of the factory and take a deep breath. Not just any deep breath, but a monstrous, earth-inhaling breath of chocolatey heaven. A breath so deep that she could almost taste the chocolate cascading down her throat. Then she would smile and she would go home to talk to Grandpa Joe.
Hi, Grandpa Joe.
Hi, how was your day?
It was great.
And then she would tell Grandpa Joe about her day. And he would tell her stories about when he was young. And they would laugh and they would laugh and talk until it was time for supper. Then one day in the newspaper, there was a big announcement. Willy Wonka was going to invite 5 people into his factory. No one had been allowed in his factory for 10 years.
Nobody goes in.
Then how does he keep making chocolate? Who is helping him?
Nobody knows.
The paper said that 5 lucky winners would be chosen at random. There were 5 golden tickets hidden in 5 Wonka bars, and the 5 that found them would be the luckiest people ever. Charlotte was excited and sad at the same time.
You Charlotte.
Excited because the factory was going to open, and sad because she knew that the chances of her winning were very, very small. There were millions and millions of Wonka bars going all over the world, and she only got one a year on her birthday. She would never find one, but she was happy for those that would, because that's just the type of girl she was. Slowly the weeks went by, and one by one the golden tickets were being found. First was a boy named Augustus Gloop. He loved to eat all the time. He found the ticket all the way in Germany. Meet Augustus Gloop and his dad. His picture in the paper even showed a boy and his dad surrounded by food and treats, stuffing their faces.
Doesn't mean he needs eating chocolate.
Second was a girl named Veruca Salt. Her dad had made his employees unwrap thousands and thousands of Wonka bars just to find a ticket for her. Meet Veruca Salt and her dad.
I want that golden ticket, and I want it now. Seems like a spoiled brat to me.
Third was a gum-smacking girl from Ohio. She said she had been chewing the same piece of gum for 3 months. Meet Violet Beauregard and her dad.
I got a golden ticket.
What disgusting brat.
Fourth was a boy named Video Mike. He was hooked on video games, and he had his name legally changed to Video Mike. He loved dancing games the best, and he was really good at them. Meet Video Mike and his mom.
He is gonna write his brain off.
Soon, there was only one golden ticket left, and Charlotte checked the newspaper every day to see who would be the lucky one. See, she knew it wouldn't be her because her birthday was the week before, and even though she got a Wonka bar, it did not have a golden ticket. Besides, she had more things on her mind. Her poor dad had lost his job, so they were even poorer, and food was hard to get. One day, Charlotte was walking home for her daily talk with Grandpa Joe. She stopped in front of the chocolate factory, as usual, and took a deep breath and smiled. Then she looked down because she thought she saw something on the ground. It was a $20 bill. Charlotte looked all around to see if anyone may have dropped it, and there was no one around, so she smiled an even bigger smile, and she thought of what she could do with that money.
I will buy 1 chocolate bar and give the rest to Mom for food.
And Charlotte made her way to Mrs. Marty's candy shop.
Hi, Mr. Marty. May I have a Wonka bar, please?
Sure, Charlotte.
She opened it quickly and engulfed that piece of candy.
Slow down, or you will choke. That was so good. I'll think I have another one.
Sure, Charlotte.
This time, Charlotte took her time unwrapping her precious chocolate bar.
Look.
Golden ticket. Okay. What's wrong?
You got it. You found the last golden ticket.
Charlotte couldn't believe it, but Miss Marty was right. Right there in her hand was the golden ticket. She jumped up and down and waved it in her hand.
Run home now.
And that is exactly what she did. She started running, and she did not stop until she had made it all the way home. She showed her mom and dad, then she went in to tell Grandpa Joe.
Yippee, you got the last golden ticket.
I can't believe it.
Everyone was excited, and Charlotte chose Grandpa Joe to go with her. After all, he was her very best friend. The big day finally came, and all 5 children were lined up with their parents or guardians in front of the factory. They stood at the gate and watched. They stood at the gate and watched. And soon this man came out.
Wow!
And they realized it was Mr. Willy Wonka. Meet Mr. Wonka, the most magical creator of sweets that the world has ever known.
Welcome, children. Welcome, friends.
Everyone entered the factory. It was awesome. Charlotte was excited, and so was Grandpa Joe. Mr. Wonka began showing them around his wonderful factory. The first room that he showed them was this magical place of chocolatey goodness. Everything was a sweet treat that you could eat. Everything. The flowers, the grass, the mushrooms, the trees, and more. Everything tasted amazing. Now everyone was enjoying this feast. But unfortunately, Augustus Gloop seemed to be enjoying it a little more than everybody else. He went straight to drinking from the chocolate river.
No, please stop. Don't touch the chocolate river.
But Augustus did not listen, and he ended up getting swallowed up by the chocolate river.
Where did he
Go.
But he will be damaged, but he'll be fine.
Mr. Wonka whistled.
I whistled for one.
Oh, sorry.
Uncle Wonka's plan. They've been helping keeping my factory for 10 years. How cute, Daddy. I went to the Oompa Loompa. Not for sale. Not for sale, but I want one.
Mr. Wonka ignored her and whispered something to the Oompa Loompa. Oompa Loompa Doompa-dee. If you are wise, you'll
Listen to me. One bag greedy chow down, 4 more to go.
The next room they entered was labeled the inventing room.
No touching, no tasting.
The room was as amazing as the last one. Lots of machines doing all kinds of things.
This is amazing. What is it? I want one. I'm relaxing gobstopper. It's gum. No, it's not. I love gum.
He said no tasting.
What does it taste like? Tomato soup, roast beef, and potatoes. I can do the other one. What else? Blueberry pie.
No.
Hold on, she's turning violet in a second. Hold on. Is she turning violet yet?
Yep, here she comes. Okay. Guys, are you ready? Violet!
Three children left.
The very next room said golden eggs. In this room, there were beautiful, colored golden eggs all around. The eggs would get put on a scale, and if it was a good egg, the scale would chime. Ding! But if it was a bad egg, it would buzz.
I want a golden egg. Sure. No way, no how. Don't care how, I want it now. But don't care how, I want it now.
She grabbed the biggest egg she could find and jumped on the scale. She then disappeared.
She was a bad egg. Where is she? Where did she go? The dumpster?
What do you get when your kid is a
Brat.
whining and crying like a Siamese?
God.
Spoiling your kid is a crime and a
Shame.
you know exactly who's to.
The mother and the father.
Three down and two to go.
Mr. Wonka leads those that are left to an elevator. This elevator was made of glass and had lots of buttons that read lots of things all over them.
This is cool. It was cool video game.
With that, Video Mike pushed a button that said Chocolate Video Dance, and the elevator took off and stopped in this beautiful music room.
This is cool. And let's go play a game.
Please stop. It's not fixed yet.
Of course, Mike didn't listen.
I got this feeling, it's all my fault. It goes electric, not turning on.
Before they knew it, Mike's mom was dancing too. All of a sudden, Mike hit this loud note and he passed out.
Video burnout. Please stop. Video burnout. What's next?
Mr. Wonka, Charlotte is the only one left.
Chocolate. Yes, just me.
Really?
Yes, just me.
Well, you won.
Won what?
The chocolate factory.
When Mr. Wonka said that Charlotte won the chocolate factory, he meant she won everything. The elevator shot out of the roof and over the city. They could see the school, their house, the factory, the candy cart, and so much more. They even saw the other children who didn't listen leaving the factory. And what was even more exciting was the fact that when Mr. Wonka said everything, he was giving Charlotte the chocolate factory. It was all hers. Charlotte couldn't believe it. He even agreed to move her whole family into the factory with Mr. Wonka and the Oompa Loompas. Charlotte's family would never be poor again. They were going to live happily ever after because you see, when you are nice and not greedy or mean, good things will always come your way.
They have to go to the airport real quick. Good job today, Violet. All right, before he does his thing, let me do this real quick. The second thing we want to do is recognize Mr. Sebastian Baker. He has been in 4 of our 5 productions, so he gets a special certificate today. Sebastian.
Sebastian's last performance with us because he will be going to middle school next year. Or now, he goes out the door.
And then Mr. Braden has something to say. we do.
Thank you so much for coming to watch our show. Please join us for our cast party, where you can enter a world full of pure imagination.